Kingdom LE. Welcome everybody. This is gonna be a third game. This is go ahead and be the third game. We are getting we are getting messages from people. Who is this exactly? Alright, let's go ahead and start this off. Alrighty, ready, homie G Willikers. We're gonna go ahead and see another PVZ. Last game went to the Protoss. Went ahead and pushed forward with 2 Immortals and a War Prism. All eerily the same exact scenario that we saw with BC and Cheddar. And BC and Cheddar was able to push for the win, and it did look like, and iotiX was also able to push for the win in last game. We are tied up 1-1. This is a best of 5. This Overlord and this Probe, they're gonna go ahead and meet just about in the middle of the map, and we don't quite see the Forge now, but we are gonna see very standard openings for both players. I really do wonder if we're gonna see this pool come up pretty darn soon, or if we're gonna see a greedy hatchery, a standard hatchery go down first. We do have the standard scouts. This little drone, he has one mission in life. His mission is to go ahead and deny this natural for as long as possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see something kind of cool. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little hatch go down here and then cancel and make an evolution chamber. That really does delay the Nexus for a long time, and I think it's completely worth it. We are going to see the battle of the workers, and it does look like this Probe is going to go ahead and head out and go ahead and tag his buddy. This is WWF tag team scenario going down here, and that drone said, no, I don't want to go in here. There's too many dudes. But we do have one little poor little idle Probe here doing absolutely nothing. That actually this early in the game that is gonna do a little damage to his economy. Everything's looking standard. We do have the pylon at the natural. Going to go ahead and delay that for a while. His right about 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the dot. Blackvenom. His pool's going to come up, and we're going to see 2 lings. Very conservative. We're not going to see more than 2 lings. Ooh, this Probe barely getting in the face of this drone, and the natural is going to go down at the 3rd position. This drone knows what the deal is. He knows what He knows what drones do. What probes do. He wants to go ahead and keep an eye on him. We do have this positioning. I don't know, honestly, if he can squeeze a cannon in here. It doesn't look like he had the space to squeeze a cannon in here, and these lings are on the way, going to go ahead and fend off anything, but those lings actually aren't powering down this pylon, and the longer that this pylon stays up, the longer that his 3rd base isn't going to go down. Standard Commander wall going on on the other end of the world. iotiX doing his standard thing, taking the standard double gas. And this poor little Probe, he just can't get in. He's gonna go ahead and get a brand new mission just to scout the rest of the map. And nope, they're gonna go ahead and tag team a WWF style, leaving a little gap in the wall. This Overlord sees everything that's going on. 3rd finally goes down. We are gonna see Protoss in macro mode. And this little Probe is up to no good. Now, does this mean could we see some kind of 7-gate, some kind of 4-gate, some kind of proxy pylon, or is this purely for a hatchery that iotiX is anticipating? A lot of chrono boosts on these next sides, and I think there's a reason for it. Maybe he's going to use it all on this warp gate tech. Maybe give an extra one to this +1. Maybe we're going to see some kind of 2-base shenanigans for the Zerg. I think Protoss did see well in advance that there's going to be 3 fast hatches up. +1 is on its way. I wouldn't be surprised to see a standard standard 3-gate. A standard standard 7-gate. I haven't seen it in a while, and I think that's a great reason for someone to go ahead and just whip it out sexually. This saturation not looking too heavy, but the pro production actually is going to a little bit of a halt here and there. A few little hiccups, but ain't no thing to a legit baller. As this one little zealot killed both of those lings. This zealot killed the whole Zerg army, and he's going to go ahead and and his buddies are going to go ahead and Go ahead and thank him for it. Thank him for that. There's a little bit of retribution going down there. We're seeing no saturation at this natural, which is technically the third, but it's technically not. We're seeing no. We're not seeing any saturation quite yet. We are at the 7-minute mark, and we are seeing 3 gates going down. A very standard. We're going to see a very standard +1 4 gate, and I guarantee you that we're going to see a robo go down as soon as possible. Now this roach warren. Let's look at the timing of this roach warren and compare it to last game, where it was almost non-existent until about the 10, 11, or 12-minute mark. This roach warren is going to be down, and I think the timing is actually going to work out just fine to go ahead and deter these zealots from doing any damage. Little sentry in the corner, being all pensive. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. This little sentry in the corner being all pensive. Not quite sure what his place is in the world. Gates are going to open, and the sentry awakens. Not sure what his role in the battle will be. The dusk wind slowly blows. All you can hear is the rustling. All you can hear is the rustling of the trees in the far distance. There is no proxy pylon to be spoken of, so I don't know if these zealots are going to have to walk the whole way to go ahead and do some pressure. But we are seeing, what are we saying? We're seeing 4 gates and a robo right now. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what Protoss's plan is, what Mr. iotiX wants. We're not seeing any more tech down. This may be another heavy immortal push. But on the other end of the world, Mr. Blackvenom hasn't taken his gas at his third, or his natural. But he has taken both of the gases at his main. All he has for tech right now is the Roach Horn, and he is getting the +1 missile attacks. So that's going to go directly to the Roaches. And we do have very nice positioning right here. He is literally equidistant, and the creep spread is going to go ahead and connect the 2 bases. Very important for any Zergy. And he is going to have his units right in the middle of all of his bases. If you notice, from right here to right here, it is literally equal distance to his natural, to his main, to his third. It's a great place to go ahead and rally your units. Now these 4 little overlords, they're going to be the first. They're going to be the first people who know if anyone walks down this ramp. Back into the Protoss bases, I'm not 100%, I'm not really sure if we're going to see a 2 base or a 3 base. I feel like if we were going to see a 2 base that we want to hit pretty darn soon. We want to go ahead and push out, and look, we are going to see a classic Immortal pushing out. I don't know if he wants to take out these rocks or if he wants to go ahead and, here's the second one, and we're going to see a War Prison coming up. Yes, we are. Unfortunately, we are seeing a hiccup in the supply count, but we are going to see this War Prism on its way. I like this that he's sending a few units to go ahead and clear that tower before he moves out. Very nicely calculated. 2 probes. Why bring 2? 2 probes might die, so we're gonna bring 3 just in case. This army alone is gonna be able to deal with this aggression. And I think iotiX knows about the 2 base situation, and he made an army that is gonna be more than, I don't know. This positioning this positioning could go to either person's favor. Roaches are in production. Upgrades are going down. This game, I think, is going to heavily favor Zergy. And these Lings, their job is to knock down this proxy pylon, but it actually doesn't mean that much because that's what this is. This is a flying pylon right here. And he is going to go around to the third. I do like this positioning, setting up for himself, but I think this Zerg army might just be too big. These force fields need to be dead on, and he needs to get that. That shield. He needs to get that Guardian shield up. He is on really wide ground. This is going to give Zerg a lot of surface area to work with. These Immortals are going to put in so much work, but they are going to get target fire down immediately, and these Immortals are going down one at a time, and these sentries aren't here for the DPS. They're here for the force fields, and they are keeping about half of the Roaches out of the battle. Now the gateway units are putting in damage. These force fields are keeping his opponents back, but I don't think iotiX can muscle his way through, and he is going through a little choke, not going to give himself very much to work with. And I do think right now we're saying, oh, and there's the burrow, and we might see a little shenanigans go down, but we do have an observer, so this isn't going to be a surprise. Now we do see no tech in the background for Protoss. This is a 2-base all-in, and this is with gateway units plus the Immortal for the backup for the damage. And it's just going to be too little too late, as these Stalkers just aren't here for the DPS, they're here for the damage. I mean, they're here to supplement the army. Those Immortals are down, and these Stalkers are missing them. And unfortunately, with this cutting and scooting and shooting, I think it's just not going to be enough. These Roaches are just gonna go ahead and keep on running. And go ahead and keep up. You keep saying, "Hey, where are you going? Where are you going?" Now, Roach Speed is about to finish, which means that the next Gateway army cannot retreat because these Roaches are going to be right behind them. And these poor Stalkers desperately shooting down this forge. They want to get back in. They want to get back into their base, into the behind the protection of these two cannons, but I don't think it's going to help them too much. Now this probe is moving out to go ahead and plop down a late third, and that's really all that he can do right now. He needs to hope that he can get this third up and that Zergy doesn't scout it for a while. We do see a lot of black on this map. Zergy has no eyes on the third, but it looks like that might not even matter as this Gateway army is just so small at the moment. This Immortal coming to the party, but he needs to cut this army in half. Or he really just needs to cut out a little chunk of it, just a chunk that he can burrow. And there's a perfect chunk right there. Gonna go ahead and take him down. He can't lose this Immortal though. That Immortal is so precious, and I'm sure we have another Immortal on the way. And these little cutie pies, these overseers, they know that iotiX is on the back end. You can go ahead and be safe than sorry. Don't want to lose the game to hit it to DTs out of nowhere. That's no fun.